Oh, my son. How long have you been listening? Just a moment, Mother. Not long at all. I hope you don't consider this an intrusion. No, I'm glad you came. Children, I need a moment with your father. I have to say, after everything I've done, I was somewhat surprised that you trusted me enough to invite me into your house and grant me the guardianship over your daughter. No, Mother. There's nothing more that you need to say. After everything, it's time for peace between us. No more plots, and no more scheming. Just mother and son. You're right. I don't know what I thought I would gain. You've changed so much. So have you, Mother. Welcome home. Hello and welcome back, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again in Lohara. Aha! Lohara. What a beautiful kingdom. Right now, we have no fear of a split in the kingdom, because we cannot form another kingdom title. We do have other fears, though. I am going to... I changed this to heraldry. It's probably never going to succeed, but it might. It might. It says it could happen in 30 years. I don't... That would make us 67. It's kind of actually possible. If we play things right that we live that long, we won't have our cat by then. But there are other things that we could do. Our youngest daughter can marry. Let's see if we can find her someone with alliance power who can marry her, who's relatively close to her age. His son. This is his heir. The alliance would give it to me. It would be an alliance to his father. It would be his first wife, which is what I would prefer. Let's send this proposal off. I think that's a good marriage for her. We have inherited titles because our father has died. It is an interesting situation. We no longer have a steward, but this guy amongst our powerful vassals could do it. This is not a powerful vassal, and we have better powerful vassals that we could use to hold this position. I could put this guy here. It's best to leave my friend out if I'm going to leave anyone out, because he simply likes me better. So we're going to put our powerful vassal here. This is our marshal, vassal, and warrior. He used to be our bodyguard, but he isn't anymore. And, oh, we have lots to do. We have many kids. Now that our father has died, we're probably going to hold these. We're going to have to start thinking about what we're going to give out to our son. He is entitled to this, which we could give him. He's 13. He's got 2 years. Do I want to hold 2 extra titles for 2 years? I mean, I'd rather hold them myself than give them up. It's going to be another burden on us, though. My wife she's terrible. Terrible at stewardship, and we are also terrible at stewardship. We have no solution to this problem. There are no solutions to this problem. That's fine. That's fine. Well, let's start by granting our son one of these 2 titles. The only thing we can really give him. He's a little young for it. I'd prefer him to finish his education. I guess we hold it. Language learning success. I feel accomplished. So I have learned Varchata. Excellent. Now, the question is, what are we going to do? We have this money. We probably should spend it on development. We've sort of been coasting on that for a while. I do want to look at my... Oh. So he has arrived. He has arrived to pay homage. Thank you, sir. Your oaths are all that matter to me. It's okay. Okay. We gained an extra 55 gold. We're getting close to being able to buy one of those many, many titles we need to buy. Flame, thunk. I'm at my table reading through some reports sent to me throughout the realm. Yes. Dopey cat. You fell over again, you dopey cat. You're fine. You're fine. You're not in any trouble. No one's hurting you. It's okay. Let's just let a little bit of time pass here. Oh no! Did my cat die from the fall? No, it was much later. This is sad. This is not something I would do. I will miss you, Flame. Is it love? I already have a soulmate. Can't be my soulmate. I let this go as far as it went, and now it ends. Now it ends. I mean, it ends in the sense that you can't be my soulmate. But you can be my last wife. Let's just seduce her. Make her understand that it's not that we don't like her, that it's because we already have a soulmate. We're gonna buy our first duchy title. I think it's gonna be the lower one, and answer to all situations. I understand you're interested in deepening your grasp on warfare. Samara Bharat purses his lips as he approaches. I might be able to help you see the battlefield in new ways. Bharat is known for his mastery of all manner of varied tactics. If there was one who could help me understanding it, it would be him. I want to learn. Something unusual. I'm going to buy her a token. Let me think. Let's look at what she likes. I mean, I have a 95% chance to succeed, so if I can't figure out... She is lowborn, so she probably would like something that indicates the increase of her status. Yeah, that will do. Now let's just see here. I need a new court tutor before my children fail their educations. Court tutor. I guess this guy here is average. His 18-year-old is also average. Let's give it to the 18-year-old because he'll be around for a lot longer. Maybe he'll improve over time as well. I think that's a fine idea. Oh, another child. Is it fair? Many treaties have been written on honorable conduct in war, but those authors' lives weren't on the line. We've had this before. So this is manipulative practices, hit and run practices, and I'm gonna not stoop to fighting dirty. Not because I don't like to fight dirty, because I'm not currently in a war, so I see no advantage to it. And my other wife is pregnant. That's fine. Just get everybody pregnant. It's cool. We need 2 more children. That'll make our total 15, by the way. I think she wants to hear about religion. I mean, no, not really. Maybe entertained. Let's try entertained. Oh. Maybe I don't have as much in common with her as I thought. That would be tragic. Oh well. It happens. You can't win them all, right? You can't win them all. So I have the ability to buy one of my my titles that can be created. We want to buy Kashmir first, I think. I mean, alternatively, we could buy this first and consolidate his territory. I think consolidating his territory matters more. Let's create this title. Then we can immediately grant it out to him. Yeah, it's the Raj. So there we go. Good. We also want to talk about what other duchy titles are worth purchasing. Purchasing duchy titles isn't important unless we actually have vassals under those titles. Hey, bud, I get the fact that you're not as happy as you used to be, but you should be. I rose you up. I gave you everything. Now we need to get this title if we can too, because we have vassals here, and they will prefer to be under the actual proper title. My beloved wife. So I am now lovers with all of my wives. We now have many wives. What is plotting against my wife? We've had another daughter. Vida is a fine name for her. Let's buy our trait before we forget. We're going to be Peacemaker now. Head down here to Gallant. That's good. Who's trying to rebel against us? Obviously a peasant rabble. It's obviously these guys, because they're all Ashari territories that are skeptical about my right to rule them. Yeah. We do need to start pushing our culture out. We're gonna focus mostly on the places we intend to keep, though, which is good. And we also want to start raising our control. So these are ours, that's his, this is ours. Let's do it up here. Son, one more year. One more year of me overholding by 2. I would really like to get this, because I would love to be on High Partition. High Partition would save me a lot of trouble. A curse undone. This is my rival, and he has died. You know your rival has done a poor job at being a rival when you can't even remember if he actually is your rival. I am really not sure. I think so. I guess that's the only way this would pop, right? I think he was my rival, but I'm actually not certain. Another daughter. Her name is Bina. I think I may have too many children. I think that might actually be officially the case. Just make sure that we haven't used this name already, but I don't think we have. Bina, there we go. Oh yeah, that's a lot of children. That's a lot of children. I want to arrange a betrothal between my son, this is my younger son, the 12-year-old, and your daughter. It's actually your son, not my son. So it's your son and my daughter. Your son is your heir. Your son isn't so bright. But I think that's acceptable. Let's just make sure. Yeah, I accept that. That seems perfectly reasonable. You know, we're starting to become more famous and spreading out our reputation all about here, which I am all about. You know, everybody should acknowledge the fact that we are a great king of many children and should be respected and loved. So my mother could do this, and she will. There you go, mother. Things didn't turn out for you the way you'd hoped. I mean, I don't know what you were expecting. You want to be a steward. Who is my actual steward? This guy, but I have somebody who's good at being a steward, don't I? I mean, you're okay. Was it up here? Are you good at being? No, I guess I imagined that. I guess the best guy I have is you, and you're not that good. You got married, though. Oh, your wife could do it. Your wife could definitely do it. We're looking for my 6-year-old daughter who just... We'll just look her name up. We'll just check it out. Kamlesh. She's one of the twins. There we go. I do wonder how many more children I'm gonna have. I think I'm at the cap, but the cap doesn't stop event children, like if you lay with people and stuff, so you can get above the cap if you get children that come from events like that have specifically described you laying with a person that can cause extra pregnancies. I actually might be above my cap already. I'm not sure. Hard to say. I wasn't really expecting that 15th one, but you never know. All right. An answer to all situations. So this allows me to get... Okay. You show me the ins and outs. Final test of mock battle is to show him what I've learned. Perhaps there are a few more things for you to learn. He reaches down a hand to help me. My troops put in less than stellar showing. I must confess that he might be right. This is too hard. No. Show me again how it is you do it. First words. Little Vina. Oh, that's cute. She has a toy. I don't know what it is, though. Hey. Lohara! Ha 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 ha! Ha ha! She knows what she's about. she has machinations for becoming queen, even though she has no chance in the world of doing that. Well, good on her. How delightful. We have made an effort to not force our children to learn hard, so we're going to continue down that path. So my daughter has safely arrived and is now being cared for by the wife of my steward. Excellent. I'm glad he married someone that helps him with his job. And at long last, our son comes of age, who we trained ourselves, and we did okay. It was up in the air there. He has all the wrong traits, but he did get a 3-star education, which I think is plenty good enough. Maybe he can go to university when it's his time to rule and boost that up to a 4. I think that could be something that could be interesting. It's too bad he didn't get a 4, because then we could have tried to get the 5. But, you know, it's good enough. It's good enough, right? Yeah, they grow up fast. So he is a rough terrain expert. That's pretty good for us too. I think that has some bonuses for mountain. Yeah, when you're of our particular culture, which is good. So let's just... you did good, kid. You did good. You need to get married. So we're gonna find you... I'm gonna find you an excellent wife. So this young lady is within 5 years of us, which is pretty good, and she'll give us an alliance down here in Chandala. So that pretty much clusters our alliances all in this area, eh? I don't really have a problem with that. Because we have an alliance with this guy, and now this guy, and then we'll have one with this guy. He does have more than one daughter, though, so let's just make sure that we're picking the one that's most suited to our boy. His 17-year-old daughter already has been married, and his 11-year-old daughter is here. So this girl, the 12-year-old, I think she's actually the one that has the... What does he need most for a successful kingdom, is the question. She's trying to become a steward education. She's content and trusting, and stewardship is a really good education for a wife. I wonder if her guardian is any good. She's a decent guardian. I think, actually, this is the daughter we're going to marry. So the 12-year-old... Wait, was that who we were on already? No, this is the one. Yeah. So we're gonna set up this marriage here. She's trying to become a steward. She has a decent guardian, so she'll probably do okay. Maybe she won't, but that's all right. Her traits are, I think, pretty good. I mean, they're not great, but they're not terrible. Her sister is a little angry, which is why we didn't go with her. Let's just do this. So he now has that betrothal. We need to start thinking about spending money to make our kingdom a better place. We need to make more money. A tax lien. Of course this was going to happen right when I was talking about making money. Never a peasant's lot is to serve their lord. We knew that was going to happen. So let's just shift this to here. Raise all here. We're going to split this. Like so. We're going to get rid of some of our penalty immediately by going to our heir and granting him this, which is in his allocation. Good. Let's quickly look and see if we've missed anything critical. Oh yeah, we should have our heir as an ally, of course, so we can support him if he needs it. I don't think we need to bring an ally into this silly little war, so we're not gonna. We've split our forces here with the intent of clearing these 2 battles right away. So, my spy master has discovered that my chancellor is the one plotting against my wife. The loathsome fiend. I hope he's smart enough to stop. That's all I gotta say about that. So they're probably trying to cross over to the capital. So we'll just intercept. I think it doesn't matter. The army's too small for it to matter. So we're just gonna disband the one we're not using. And then just symbolically, we're gonna command this ourselves. So people know that we still have it in us to command an army. And that we are personally not gonna be tolerant towards this kind of foolishness. Hey, my daughter has come of age and she's got a 3-star education as well. You know, we educated both of our children that we cared for ourselves pretty well. Look at that. That's not horrid. Right? I mean, she did okay. I was expecting her to do much worse, but she got this down, and then she got this up, and that put her par, and then she got lustful, which gives her 2 intrigue as well. Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. I hope you enjoy your marriage, young one. This is the 3rd daughter, Raj Kumara. And, yeah, we got some settlers, a band of several hundred pale-skinned Salkara Libi. Enslaved men and women from the eastern reaches of Europe have escaped. Okay. So this guy holds it. So this is the Khan above us. He's actually a significant... He's not actually significantly stronger than us anymore. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make her the mayor. I don't really feel like I owe anything to the guy who I took over, and I like to be open-minded towards foreigners and other people who need my support, you know? I think it's a good idea to try to be as unifying as possible. Let's do this again. 50-50. An answer to all situations. Show me how you do it again. It's 50-50. The problem is it's 50-50, right? Because this isn't very good. But I just have nothing to help. I could get my wife to support me a little bit. Just been pushing myself against my nature for so long. It's very hard on me. Sitting here with a perfect elusive shadow education and doing nothing with it. We've done nothing with our education. Most of our children are learning their mother's language. Maybe that means we should just like respectfully join in the language learning party with her. You know? I think that might be a good idea. All of our allies. Yeah, we got low control in counties still. I want to, let's see. Who still needs control up? You guys. And we got kicked out of here because of, I think this one is closer. I hope that one's closer. Looks pretty close. Do you have any penalties? You don't? Do you have any penalties? It's better to do the one with penalties first, I think. What is this penalty? Oh yeah, that's a penalty we need to clear as quick as possible. That's holding us back for sure. All right. So we have squashed the rebellion, and we fought the final battle ourselves. Let's enforce our demands. Let's look at this guy. So he is Afghan. He is Ashari. What are we going to do about you? You're probably never going to stop hating us unless we put a huge amount of work into it. I mean, I guess you're just angry, right? You're not worth taking in, so we could just demand his conversion and then send him on his way. Generally, though, we don't do that. This guy's not anybody important, so we wouldn't be like, wouldn't be trying to force him to change his ways. There's no money, so there's no point in ransoming him. I don't feel like executing him. I don't think that's reasonable. I mean, he is an excellent commander. If I demand conversion and recruit him, maybe we keep him around as a commander. He's gonna hate us, though. Can I validate that with the RP, though? I think I can. We could just make it a condition, since his religion is being so hostile to us. He doesn't hate us as much as I expected him to. Alright then. I mean, he will get some prowess back when his wound heals. That's not a lot, though. He's an okay commander. We should hold court, because we haven't done it in a while. Let's see what kind of chaos this creates. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can observe the proceedings. Gesture for the first in line to approach. My vassal, Dapati Niraji, approaches the throne with a young man in tow. My liege, Maharaja, he spouts, my acquaintance, Kishan Aptapala, seeks the honor of serving in your retinue of shovers. Give him the opportunity to prove his quality. Okay, 12, yeah, I consider that to be the minimum. I don't want him as a bodyguard, but I will just let him join and become a knight. No problem with that. My lord, my steward, Dampati Charampal speaks up. I propose a survey. Can I afford this? I can't afford this, man. Can't afford this. Maps are not overrated, but I can't afford this. I guess we're doing it. I guess we're doing it. Dampati Jasaka, who has clearly been working himself up about something, greets me. My Maharaja, the dogs of Ishkamish think they're better than us, he spews, crackling their haughty jokes at each market. Okay, so... favoring a town, stop this foolishness, where did it begin? Could try to clear it up between them. That other mayor is literally the lady that I just gave the title to a few minutes ago, or I guess in-game almost a year ago. I could try to clear it up between them. Of course we made things worse. Ugh. Of course we made things worse. And that was the lady we literally just put in power. My business here is done. Wow. Wow. He wants to marry my daughter. Sure, I don't see why not. Okay, we'll do it. Because the AI offers a lot more marriages than they used to, we got this situation where we get better marriages now than we did. And when the AI offers these marriages, they don't really take into consideration things like the alliance debuff very much. I do gotta get rid of this because it is hindering me. Just don't know who to give it to. Until we know what's gonna happen with our son's situation, I don't want to give it up. Tooth! Give them money, or we can tell them to keep it themselves. You go ahead and keep your tooth, my lovely daughter Vinna. We have had so many children, but things are starting to turn out for us a little bit better. Things are stabilizing, we're gonna get some money back here. Old tales. My gate pauses, I descend the cellar, I fancy I hear a voice. Yes, there it is, I spy my mother beside a fire, grandly holding her grandchild Rajala, enraptured with a story. I listen in as well, catching only stray passages. So your Mati is recounting some tales from a life well lived, and stories of times both new and old clearly ring very true with Rajala, whose mouth hangs excitedly agape. Wow, that's a really sweet event, especially in the context of our story of the conflict with our mother. Mind if I join this merry circle? Are we making peace with our mother? So if I leave them be, she gains 1 attribute. If I join in, there's a 50% chance she gains learning. And I gain elder advice. And it could represent me making peace with my mother at long last. I think we're gonna make peace with our mother and join in. She didn't get the learning though, which is too bad. But I think it's worth it considering the desperate need we have to put aside the feud now that our father has died. And we have finished our mapping and taxation tour. Great. Where are we at here? Getting close to illustrious. A new penalty, of course, was created because that happens. Okay, it's fine. Fine. We still haven't cleared this either. We're about to come back above our minimum, though. Let's just let it go for a bit, and I'll... Harsha's first bonds. I discuss some court affairs with my son Harsha. He abruptly starts discussing his childhood. Father, you cared for me like the hound minds its pups. Better even. My earliest, fondest memory with you. When I placed my first fallen tooth in your hand, he blushes beaming. He blushes beaming. I love you, father. And I love you, son. Look at us. My son is loyal. Okay, I feel... Okay, so the alchemist reached for a piece of the ancient salted beef as the sorcerer looked on in fear. Then, suddenly, I'm interrupted by a fuming Dehanja Devi. Did you just call my beloved mother a bampot? I deserve reconciliation with grievous insult. I called... You misunderstood. I called her an impressive treasure. I love how our intrigue only comes up in subtle ways because we're like saving ourselves from bad situations. We're doing this. It didn't work. Can't catch a break. We cannot catch a break. You know, though, I have to admit, that narrative is probably changing. Our children love us. We have peace with our mother, finally. Things are definitely better. Giant friend, my former personal champion, has come to pay homage. Thank you, sir. Serve me well. Thank you. And remember everything I've done for you. Yeah, we're gonna let this go for a little bit. We're gonna let this time... They're not gonna let us. What's a girl to do? I enter my room and I notice that my lover, Mariani Bina, acting distant and aloof. She looks for a moment to say, oh yes, she's understimulated. Well, we'll do what we always do. We'll pick the we'll pick the socialize. Hopefully she will. Yeah, she likes our main wife less. That's fine. It's all chaos in here. Who knows how they feel about each other? I wonder if there's going to be any consequences to that. I am unsure. Okay, for the last time, we're going to attempt to let this run for a bit. We're going to get it. We're going to get a martial perk. Decisions are going to have to be made. Okay. Our daughter has come of age. She did okay. I mean, I was hoping for better, but we don't have a lot of good guardians, so I guess a 2 will have to do. They grow up fast. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. Could be worse, I suppose. Let's do this. Grab Gallant, and then we have to think about what we're doing next. So, while it would be an exaggeration to say that we have mastered the martial tree, we have at least made ourselves not such a fool at it that we... Yeah. Yeah, this might not be that. So, stewardship or learning. If we look at learning here, the thing about learning is we're going to get a couple of learning perks just from the fact that we are mystic. That's good. We could go to diplomacy. Family hierarch would make sense. We could accept our nature and head over here and do some actual skullduggery. I just don't know what we would do. None of this is in our heart. I mean, this is in our heart, but we're kind of seduced 4 women and made them our wives, which I think fits our change in character better than just like running over here and doing this. Maybe it is learning. Maybe the fact we're a wise man means we should be heading over to learning. This is actually a hard choice. This is usually very, very easy, but it's very hard for this character. Maybe he just isn't finished here. Maybe he becomes an overseer or a strategist. If I came here, what would it be for? It would be for getting, I guess, more... It would be for showing that we've become better at managing our domain, I guess, right? If I go to learning, it would be maybe becoming more religious. We did originally think of becoming more religious. We're not chasing whole of body. We might take medicine focus just for the small boost, but I'm not chasing eternal life. I just want to live a good, long, healthy one. I think we hit here and we go to avaricious to try to make up for our money problems. We'll pick up a few things from learning, like scientific, and then maybe some stuff over here from our mysticism. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to take the 3 stewardship, and we're gonna work on avaricious. I think that's good. It's not enough to give us another point, which is not unexpected. Hopefully we can do well as a steward to our growing kingdom, and hopefully we can use this as the turnaround point. Answers to all situations. Prepare the ranks. Alright. Impressive, he shouts. The enemy levies stand in awe of efficiency. I have become a flexible leader, and I've learned so much. It's interesting that that continues even though I switched it, so we are now flexible leader. Doesn't really make us much of a better commander, but it's all right. Daughter learns language, so we continue to learn the language of our languages of our wives amongst our children. That's great. And with that, I think we're actually going to put an end to this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you the next time we are here with Maharaja Kalasa of Lohara. We've had a lot of turmoil again in this part. You know, it's been okay. Our children are doing well. I mean, our heir, ooh, he has chosen to wear his father's mustache. Excellent, boy. Excellent. And he has followed me up. He has followed me down the path of chivalry. Ah, my boy. My boy. You and I, we have so much in common. And I hope to see you again next time we are here in Lohara, playing our Kashmiri game. Goodbye for now.